guys, and in today's video, we're going to be going over 10 unique vehicle facts in Driving Empire. Before we do this, make sure to like and subscribe because these facts are pretty cool, but without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Okay, so the first unique vehicle fact is that the McLaren Artura Spider is one of the least rarest limiteds in the game. Everyone thought limiteds were supposed to be rare, but this one is not. It might even be more bought than like the on-sale version of this car. Let me show you. So a long time ago, we had an example like this where the LFA Nürburgring Edition Limited was actually more popular than the on-sale LFA. This one right here has almost 170,000 purchases, which nowadays is a lot. 170,000? Literally everyone owns this car. I mean, it's probably because it was pretty cheap, I guess, and just at the time, a lot of people were playing the game and buying this car. But yeah, right now, in the past year, because it loads up to 365 days, this McLaren right here is the least rarest limited on sale right now, basically. So yeah, if you bought the McLaren Artura Spider thinking it was going to be rare because it had limited in the name, it's not. It's actually one of the least rarest limiteds in the game. Without further ado, let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact. Alright, the second unique vehicle fact is that on this Ford GT40, which actually has two unique vehicle facts, we'll get on to the next one in a second, the front actually just disappears or vanishes when you open it to show the front. So I think it's because on the real version, it doesn't like open up too, because it's a race car hood, it literally just comes off. Like you could just take the hood off and just put it to the side. So that's why on this one, it just vanishes. And then it shows the wheel in the front, which is for if you need a spare tire, if you like blow a tire on a track. But that is pretty cool that it just kind of vanishes because it doesn't open like a regular front on you know, every other car. Probably because it's a race car, which is connected to the next vehicle fact, that this GT40 is actually a right side driving car. So the steering wheel is on the right side and the passenger seat is on the left side, and that's because this car is a race car, right? It mainly drove in the Le Mans, which is in Europe, which most cars in Europe are on the right side. So pretty interesting fact. It is pretty interesting to see a Ford, an American car, have a right side driving car. That's pretty funny to see, but yeah, it's because it raced in Le Mans, and Le Mans is a Europe race, which races on the right side. So yeah, we got a front that just vanishes, and the driving side is on the right side on this pure American car right here. So that's pretty funny to see, but yeah, pretty interesting facts, and let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact. Alright, so the next unique vehicle fact is that this Porsche 718 Boxster S is now officially the cheapest car in the game. You guys want to take any guesses at the price? The price is free. It is completely free. It does not have a price tag. Now, that is right now. I want to emphasize the word right now because I don't know this is staying, so I don't want people to be like, oh, it's not free anymore if you're like watching this video in the future. But right now, in this moment, as I'm making this video, this car right now is now in the cheapest spot of the dealership, which is right at the end, and it is completely free. As you can see right here, this vehicle, well, I can't sell it now to show you guys that it is free, but yeah, this vehicle is completely free. Yeah, it's there's no price tag on it. So I guess this is like, I don't know, they're starting to do this now. Maybe it's a glitch, or maybe they just made a free car. I don't know, but yeah, this car is now officially the cheapest car in the game, being completely free, $0. So yeah, that is pretty funny, and you can make this car look pretty cool. I mean, mine's kind of goofy looking, but for free, I mean, it's a pretty good car. So yeah, free car in the dealership right now. Right now, I'm just saying that. So like, I don't know if it's gonna stay, but yeah, if you want a free car, it might still be free in the dealership as you're watching this video. So go check it out for yourself. But let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact. All right, so the next unique vehicle fact is on this Ford Mustang GTD. Now, the hood to the engine cannot open because, I don't know, it's just a bit more complicated, and they just, you know, they put the mechanics in, and the back does not open either for a reason. But at least when you go into the interior here, you will see a bit of, you know, the counterparts in the back. As of right here, there is a cool window space. You can see, like, what is that, the suspension? I think that is suspension. So yeah, pretty cool fact is that in the Ford Mustang GTD, there's a small detail where there's a window basically in the back of the interior, so you can see like the suspension of their rear wheels. So that is a pretty cool fact. So I like how they added that. It's a small detail, and I literally just noticed it driving around. So yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. Makes up for the loss of the hood not being able to open. But yeah, that's pretty cool, you know? Secret little fact on the Mustang GTD, but without further ado, let's get on to the next fact, which is also related to a Ford Mustang. The next unique vehicle fact is that on this Ford Mustang GT350R, there actually is a chassis number, which the 2020 GT500 and the 2013 GT500 do not have chassis numbers. So yes, the chassis number on this 350R is chassis JR389, which is actually a real chassis number. It's some random like gray metallic Mustang. It's for sale actually right now. And yeah, so I don't know if they based the model off that one when they were doing doing the modeling, but yeah, this one actually does have a chassis number. This one was blue when it was added to the game, but the chassis number that it matches up with in real life is metallic gray. So yeah, I don't know if they based it off that, but this one does have a chassis number and it does exist in real life too, so that's actually pretty funny. I just noticed this and I had to search it up, and yeah, it does exist in real life and it's for sale right now, pretty interestingly. So I don't know if they meant to add that because on the GT500 there's like something over it, so it only says chassis and then no number, but yeah, they might have just left that out. But yeah, pretty interesting. But let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact in driving empire. The next unique vehicle fact is on this 1989 Audi Sport Quattro. The trunk does not open, but there is a tire inside, so I don't know if they just forgot to model this to open, but yeah, there's a tire inside and it's pretty detailed. I mean, this doesn't look done, like it doesn't look like they have done this, so yeah, I guess they just didn't like make the models for the trunk to open, but there's still a tire back here, which is pretty interesting. It's just like a hidden feature. So yeah, I guess they just like didn't have time to finish the model of the car, or just the trunk doesn't open, but I don't think that would happen. Yeah, well, there would be no reason for the trunk to not open on this car, but yeah, still a tire back here, so it's still detailed inside. So yeah, there's a tire in this trunk that doesn't even open, so it's basically there for no reason, which yeah, pretty interesting, but that's why it's on this list. So without further ado, let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact. The next unique vehicle fact is that this school bus right here is, I think, the oldest model in driving empire. This model was added back in 2019 on November 6th, I believe. So yeah, this thing is pretty old and it should be almost around 6 years old for a game. I mean, that's actually pretty funny that it's still in the game. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so it's clearly glitchy. As you can see, I tried to hop in the driver's seat and all it did was give me the motions of driving, but I'm not actually driving the school bus. My arms are just doing the movements like I'm reversing, driving, reversing, drive. What's going on? Okay, yeah, it's safe to say this car is pretty broken. I can't even jump anymore. What's going on? Okay, this model is super broken, guys. Okay, hold up. Yeah, here you go. So yeah, this model is, of course, you know, very bad. It's actually not, like, terrible for 6 years old and just probably a free model, to be honest. You probably just got this for free. There is worse models in the game, like the cop car is absolutely terrible, and it's not even as old as this car. This one's older just by a year or something like that, but because this model is so bad, just watch me just fly this thing off a building. Okay, let's do this. Oh! Okay, nothing really happened to it, but yeah, this thing is one of the oldest model in the game, I believe. I think it is. It's like 6 years old or something. So yeah, pretty interesting. But without further ado, let's get on to the next unique vehicle fact. All right, the next unique vehicle fact is on this TVR Sagaris, which is one of the starter cars, because when you start the game, when you get your first rewards, the end reward isn't going to be $50,000. It's going to be this car right here. I'm not actually sure if that still exists, but when I made a new account a couple months ago, I did notice that there was a reward. But basically, the unique vehicle fact is that this thing actually has a lot of body kits. No one really pays attention to this car since it's just like a starter car, so like people just assume that it's bad, but it actually is pretty cool. First of all, it has like a ton of body kits. This is just one of them that I put on it. As you can see here, if you go to appearance and then go to stock options, they got a lot of things you could change on this thing. It's actually, you know, pretty good. Like, not a lot of cars have this many options in the game. So yeah, it's very customizable, knowing that it is basically a starter car and it is the lowest car in the game, which if you put the certain amount of height on it, it will just touch the ground. As you can see here, mine is just basically touching the ground. So yeah, lowest car in the game, and it has loads of body kits, and just people just don't realize this because they get it as a starter car and think it's the ugliest thing ever, which you can make this thing look pretty cool. So yeah, that is another unique vehicle fact, and without further ado, let's get on to the last unique vehicle fact in driving empire. Alright, so the last unique vehicle fact is on this GT3 RS, and it is a hidden message on like the dashboard of the interior. So if we go into the interior, it's like not that dashboard, but it's like the screen right here, so we gotta go into Shift P mode. But yeah, this thing has a pretty, you know, mean message and also a cool message. So this is obviously the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So on the time, it says, of course, 1/5/2019. Not sure why it's like that, because this car wasn't even around in 2019. Pretty interesting, but it says 911. So the time on the screen is 911. So that's pretty, you know, interesting, knowing that the car is a Porsche 911. So pretty interesting fact. And then the main fact is that the song on it is called Get Alive. And it's called, something by Porsche. It's a song by Porsche, I guess, but it's called Get Alive. Wow, okay. It also says 9/11 right here, so the time on the screen is 9:11 p.m., 9:11 a.m., something like that. And then it also just tells you to get a life. So, yeah. That was 10 unique vehicle facts in Driving Empire. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to my other two channels in the description. But yeah, this is going to be the end of this video, and yeah, I'm probably going to die here. Okay, see you guys in the next video.